Hello, guys. How are you today? I'm starting my own new podcast and it's a bit different. So, bear with me because this is my first episode and I don't have a name yet, but it's better to just start and then we can figure it out together, maybe. But for those that don't know me, I am Eneida. I am a shaman, but to be honest, I don't like this name or any other name. So most of the people who follow me know me, but for those who don't, basically, I work with energy to help people liberate their inner child and ancestor lineage healing. And today I wanted to bring my co-worker and friend Luca from Hungary and to talk about community and belonging, but at the same time, we will draw. Uh, so this podcast is going to be different. We are going to do stuff together on the podcast and at the same time communicate a certain topic. And today we chose to talk about the belonging and community. I think it's a special topic and we will learn a lot. So let's say hi to Luta. Hey Luta, thank you so much for accepting the invitation.
Thank you for inviting me. It makes me feel like a child to be here.
That's so sweet. Yeah, we are like, why not? We are like inner children. Why not bring them
Yeah,
with us?
but at the same time, the topic is very, very close to my heart and very like important to me. So I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, I'm excited too because community is something I really desire. And being alone for a long time, I know how important actually it feels to have a safe space with safe people. Not just any kind of people, but safe people. You can,
Exactly.
yeah.
And I think it's funny. I think it's interesting to know that to recognize that a lot of people who are very, very alone, they are the ones who want the community the most, and they are the ones who have most precise idea how it should look like and what they need in a community and why they.
Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting because I never thought about that. Only the people who actually feel alone, who are alone for a long time, really want a community. Because I also know people who say, "Oh, I don't need a community," and then I like, how? That's not possible because we are social beings and biological beings, and we cannot live alone for a long time. I mean, we need, like, babies are dependent, for example, on mothers to survive.
Yeah, but maybe those people who say they don't need it, maybe they still have a certain level of connection within society and say maybe certain level of safety or something. So this is like really, really lonely people who are feeling like all by themselves in a whole society, in a whole sea of people that are different from them, and they are the ones who are like, oh my god, I'm so different. Why am I so different? And then realizing that maybe I need people who are like me around me to actually feel fulfilled.
But how do you define belonging? Because I think many people, including me, I had a misunderstanding about belonging. In my head, for example, it was like only people who are likes the same thing should belong together, and whoever is different should not belong. And I don't think this is true.
Ah, like similar taste or what?
In everything,
Okay.
because everything else seems like an outsider, and I had a very, very difficult time to fit in my life. So maybe
Yeah.
I thought that because of that, I thought that you should be so the same and have so the same likes and dislikes and interests and everything in order to belong, and to
Okay.
be on the same level of certain subjects, for example.
I mean, I kind of agree at the same time. I mean, for example, to live together with other people, you need to like the same area, the same nature, the same like those kind of things, the same lifestyle. So maybe you have more like it's more like you have same values with each other. But belonging for me, it's like really a sensation. It's more like a feeling to me. It's more like with this person, for me it has been like I felt like an alien most of my life. So the people who make me feel like I am not an alien and I'm like as if they are family, they are the ones who I feel I belong to, because they make me feel like seen and heard. And
Well, that's what I wanted to say. Because
yeah,
yeah, we for some stuff, yes, we need to, for example, let's say if we want together to live by the sea, that is okay, we have the same values and we can do that. But if, for example, if you love to live in the mountains and me by the sea, that is a bit doesn't work. But for me, what I was thinking more like, for example, if I love strawberries and you love peaches, we cannot be friends. We cannot be,
yeah.
and I don't think that's true. But it was, for
Yeah, but
example,
this is also like that's why more like belonging, I think, is a feeling, because I
uh
even if you end up by the sea and I end up the other end of the world on the mountains, I still feel I belong with you. Like I still feel that we will have we will co-create a lot of things together, even if we don't share a living place.
physical plane, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's not everything black and white still. It has more to it.
yeah.
But yeah, we can also start painting and to see what
Oh,
colors do
nice.
we choose. This is this is fun.
Yeah,
So
I love
guys, we
this.
are
I
going to paint the what belonging and community means to us,
Yeah.
and we will see what colors we will choose and everything. Ah, so what about the community? What can you say about it at the same time while we paint?
I mean, I'm just trying to answer the question of how my life will be different just because I live in a community compared to living alone in a city.
Mm-hmm.
And just thinking about it makes me feel excited. But okay, how would what would it mean on an everyday life?
Yes, that's true. So if you don't know, for example, guys, that what do you want or how it will be like, maybe you can start to think about or imagine what would you like your life in a community to be like? Where do you see yourself? And how does these people respond to you? For example, they could love your personality and what you do and how you look like and what you can co-create together. But I think the most importantly, how you would feel. How would they make you feel?
Yeah,
And maybe also ask what does safety means for you.
exactly. I love that question. I love that question. So for me, my highest priority in life is connection and relationships. So I would not be able to be with people every day whose priority is, let's say, um, I don't know what to say, whose priority is,
What would be your priority? Let's start there.
My priority is connection and relationships
Hmm.
and freedom and authenticity and the truth.
What does freedom means to you?
I think maybe the truth.
Yeah, I love that because for me, truth is so important as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe that's the one word that I can also boil it down, and that's how I found that's my spirituality actually, because so much of my trauma in life happened because of all the lies and all the
Hmm.
gaslighting and misinformation, and
True.
so I would need people who are as obsessed about the truth as I am. And they continually ask questions, and they continually ask questions, deep questions about themselves, and explore themselves, and who find uh, who know their own needs, and or are willing to discover their needs, and we can meet each other's needs, and people I can be vulnerable with me. That's the ultimate safety for me, right?
So, what I know is that without relationship, we cannot exist. That's why belonging and community comes in. But at the
Mm.
same time, we can also heal in relationships, just like we got wounded. And priority number one is safety and truth. But also, we need to know what does safe mean for me. And you can also ask your question like this to yourself: what does safety means for you? And how would you paint your belonging, like we are doing right now? What is different and what colors are you choosing? Like this is so important because I think the colors also symbolizes many different stuff, and it's probably correlated with different chakras as well, and it shows you a lot of stuff about yourself. That's why art therapy is so good.
Yeah, I love that.
I would never thought that I would paint this. I thought I would paint flowers, which I love because I always paint flowers and hearts and stars, but mostly flowers. I don't know why, because maybe of my fairy DNA.
I'm
And
also
you too.
painting flowers. Like that's also something that comes the most natural to me.
Hmm. Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, you see, belonging can be little things like this
Yeah.
too. Like,
For example, me and Luta wants to draw, loves to draw flowers, and this is belonging. But even if she draws stars and me flowers, we can still coexist.
yes.
Mhm.
And it also feels like a puzzle piece with these people, because suddenly those things that other people find is a problem, they said that it's a problem in me. The people
Mhm.
who are my puzzle pieces, they are like, oh my God, I have the solution to that thing. I can give you that thing that you need. And I have this other need that you can give me. It's like a puzzle piece, like we fit like that. I suddenly, with people, I feel needed, and I feel like I need them. And it's beautiful because we can meet each other's needs without so much effort, or without much, because it's just we take each other as part of ourselves,
Mhm.
and that's what Till says what love is.
I think I've drawn a snake. It looks somehow like this. But I can wait to see your drawing.
Me too, because totally not like I'm just randomly picking up things, and I'm also a little bit,
I did, I'm not even thinking what to do. And I
yeah,
think that's the beauty of it.
and I'm a little bit self-conscious as well to be here and to show it later, but at the same time, Yeah, I'm just gonna see what comes out of this. Belonging is also like people finally appreciate you for who you are.
Yeah.
Because if you are an outsider in your family and you're an outsider in your society, that's how you feel. You never really had people who do that, and suddenly people just want you for who you are.
Just understand that we cannot live without people. We cannot live without communities. And that's how our ancestors lived. And everyone before was connected with nature. We cannot live only without nature, without people, only in concrete cities. Of course, we feel deprived and
Yeah,
lonely to be only on the phone or social media with technology because we need physical touch as well. That is also so important because I am so deprived of that and I know how significant it is.
yeah, yeah. Society built up a way of life that is completely unnatural to the human. Like even small families with one mother, one father, and the children is not normal to expect healthy life, to expect healthy people, because it's not enough support.
Mm.
And also, this is the future. Communities are the future.
True.
I didn't ask how long we have for drawing.
I think we can stop now.
Stop now.
I mean, if you are ready.
No, no, I need to know how, like, I will go faster if I have to, but I not even,
I mean, I don't know. I didn't think about it yet. So it's okay.
I'm not even close to finish.
It's okay. You can finish.
You see, that's another thing. Community means to me that I can do things slowly. I'm really slow in society. Ever since I was little, everyone was like, why don't you eat faster? Why don't you walk faster? Why don't you run everywhere? And I just was like, because I don't want, because I want to move in the rhythm of nature, and I'm just really slow compared to
I
most people.
understand.
And society is not very good with
Maybe
slow.
just like this podcast because we cannot go on for a long, long, long time. I know.
Yeah, that's Yeah, that's why I need maybe. So you want me to finish like 15 minutes or
You can have 10 more minutes.
10? Okay.
Now buying flowers.
Yeah, because it's faster with paint and I'm with pencils.
Ah,
Anyway, even if I don't finish right now, I can.
yeah, it's okay. You can finish whenever.
Yeah,
We can still talk about it. And
yeah.
you know how it feels.
And community, I think the right communities also feels like a rehabilitation, because I think the first few months when you exit a regular society and go into a community, you are like a sick bird, who was living in a captivation for all her life. And in the community, you will need um, people who treat you like that, people who will take care of your needs. And let's say you want to sleep a lot at the beginning, and maybe you need people to cook for you, or maybe you are like, oh, I want to be close to people, but at the same time there is a part of me who just doesn't want people so close because I'm not used to it. So
Mm-hmm.
like to slowly integrate yourself into a community like you would do with a wild animal first time when you let it go outside and stuff like that. So it's true healing. It's community. It's not just dreams coming true, but actually releasing all the sickness that built up in our minds and hearts and body as a result of a sick way of living that is out of alignment for our heart and soul.
Maybe at the beginning will feel uncomfortable because you aren't used to it. But after it will be very healing. But at the same time, you can do a vision board, guys. You can create it, and you can think how would you like people in your community to treat you, for example. And
Yeah,
then
it's
you can
very
just start
important.
to visualize it, like how would they treat you. For example, they would cook for you, like Luta said, or they can be like your mother and father that you never had
Exactly.
and that you needed. These flowers are so cute.
So it needs to be part of community, needs a quite deep level of self-awareness, and to be able to say, oh my god, right now I would really love someone to hug me, but right now and next 1 hour, after 1 hour, I'm like, oh, right now I need to be alone and please don't come near me because I need some alone time. So it's like really delicate kind of dance, and very complex in the way of also what kind of trauma you had. So for example, if you had trauma with relationships to men, and then there are males in the community, they you could have conversations with them about what you need from them specifically, how to treat you and what are your boundaries around men, and how they can make you feel safe. And yeah, it's a lot of work actually.
It is. It's not easy, especially because we are not taught how to be in communities like this. And still, it
Yeah,
would be like, even though we know what we want, it would be like foreign to us to be in such environment. And sometimes your inner child would not feel safe, and it's okay. It's part of the process. But for me, my goal is to actually live in a community and in nature, not in city, because we need nature, as I said. Now, that is one of my dreams, and I cannot wait to manifest it.
I can't wait for you to manifest it either. I'm so curious how it's gonna look like and everything.
Mhm. Mine is over actually. I don't know. It doesn't seem anything to do it anymore, but it turned out interesting. I don't know what it looks like, but maybe you can see something.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this.
I'm intrigued. What?
Okay, I still have 5 more minutes. Is it okay?
Yes, yes, you can still continue for yours.
Okay.
I'm not going to show it to you yet, but I'm waiting for Luta to finish his her. So this was kind of fun and therapeutical, and we enjoyed talking. And I hope you learned a lot, and you can also use art to paint your visions. And how does it feel like for you to have a community, to have your own people, belonging, for everything actually you can use
Like,
art.
for example, this is for me a little sensation of community, what we are doing right now here.
Exactly. So in your community, you might get together and dance, play, cook. It's also very healing and therapeutical. It's so cute, actually. And this is actually showing us what belonging and community is. And I'm so happy I chose this for the first topic. And I'm also grateful for Lunsa to be here with me and explore this topic.
Me too. I love being here and exploring it with you.
Look at that,
Because
like little
we
kid.
have the same dream, even if it doesn't look like the same. We have the same.
Yes, it doesn't matter. We still belong. But also when we do art, it just also tells us how I said it before, something inside of us, but it also needs to clear, and you can learn more about yourself. Because if we want to belong also with others and to feel safe, you also have to feel safe with yourself.
Mm.
It's a process. It doesn't come really easy. I know that. I've been trying to heal this for a long time to feel safe in my body, and it's working, but at the same time, it's a process, the journey. It doesn't just come overnight. And I'm
Exactly.
learning a lot about myself like that. So don't think healing is a destination or you can just go somewhere just like this. No, no, no. At least try to live it while enjoying the process. Because I know what we think when we actually wake up. Oh, wait, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to do this and then I'm going to have everything. I'm going to heal and I'm going to have everything. No, it doesn't work like that actually. Because you can have everything along the way.
Yeah. And I have to actually remind myself of this because there is a part of my brain who is like, oh, like soon I'm gonna go to the community and everything is gonna be paradise from that day. And I have to catch myself. Okay, no, you are still gonna be on earth. It's still not gonna be just always perfect. There are gonna still be problems, only
Not
different.
just gonna be rainbows and butterflies and unicorns.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like you said, we are humans, and of course in every community, in every relationships, there are always going to be like confrontation, argument, which is actually part of being on earth. Otherwise I don't know what we would be doing here.
But this is also something very important for me. The community means that there is conflict, but it will be healed and you will
Resolve
come out more
strong.
bigger, stronger.
That's what I felt too with my
Yeah.
friend Serena actually. And then after, since we talked or with you, like our connection became stronger because there
That's
is no
yeah, that's
relationship
the real
without
sign.
conflict. I mean, if it is, then it is not a relationship. It's just no a fake.
Okay, so now I can answer also this question. Maybe for you is the same. Like, this is what safety means for me. When there can be conflict and it's not gonna be blaming each other, shaming each other, but it's gonna be everyone can feel all the things, anger, frustration, annoyance, whatever, and
Mhm.
then we can go through together and become more as a result.
True. That's what safety feels for me too, like to be accepted in every emotion and not just be thrown away because I don't belong or I'm so different because I can feel my emotions and I feel deeply, for example. I was always punished for that. And it was very hard for me to let myself feel in front of other people, to show the emotion, because of course I didn't feel safe, and safety means everything.
Yeah, you're doing very well with that.
Thank you.
Okay, I can show because it's not gonna be finished, but
You want to
okay.
show it at the same time, and then we can talk about it?
So we can do it one by one. Let's focus on yours.
Mine? Okay. We are doing mine first. This is what I did.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
I don't even know what it means, but it was so interesting. My hand was just drawing this.
It makes me feel so good.
Really?
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
Okay, it's like it feels like a completion, a sense of completion, but it's not perfect. It's a little bit messy around, but it's still complete. And it's we containment. It feels like containment, and that's also something very important for a woman very much, but every human to feel like you are held in a circle, and there are many circles, so I love it because it makes me feel like there is space for differences, like different colors, but at the same time you are all together in one.
That's so good to know. For me, it looked like if, like you said, like a containment. But then I was thinking like my wounds were starting to break. But what if I'm just closing myself or wanting to protect myself, which is also okay if you want to protect yourself. But then it also looked like an eye, and then it felt like also a snake eye. So I was like, what? But it is,
Interesting.
yeah. But since snakes are my spirit guide, so yeah.
But that when you are feeling super vulnerable and you want to be just like really held, you can be this tiny thing in the middle of the very middle of the circle, and then
Mhm.
the community will hold you in that. You can be all like a baby and
Yeah.
very vulnerable, and that's what, yeah, I find it
It's
beautiful.
like we said, like community can be your mother and father. You can just sit there and they can cook for you. You can rest. You can sit on the grass. You can lie down on the grass with the flowers and not think about any responsibilities or stress or the future or the past or anything. Just like finally be, because you
And
have.
you know what? Like something happens in community that you really belong with. Like, for example, you wake up like this, like very vulnerable, and you just like so vulnerable, like you don't want anyone to come close, but still, but the other person, because you are belonging as a soul family, another person, for example, a man, will wake up on the same day and will feel like, oh, I want to do this for Eneida, and it will, like, the community is like a magic that we cannot experience in city life, because there is literally killed, the all the natural flow of intuition is killed, but in the community it all wakes up and the people will move in harmony with things. So for example, you don't feel like um, doing something and another person have really want to do that thing, so no one will has to do something that they don't want in general. And for example, you want to go on a boat because there is a lake and you don't want to do anything, and there is a man or a woman who is like, oh, I want to go on a boat, but I really feel like doing the rowing. So both of your needs are met at the same time. And also for men there is a lot of wounding around um, not feeling appreciated or useful to women in specific. So a man who can be there for you like that will feel like super fulfilled and healed as a result of being able to take care of you and give you something, some containment for your vulnerability. And I find it
Magic.
so much magic can happen. Yes, exactly, magic.
Did I notice this actually, even if we live in the cities for now, but with the right people and with the people who actually do the healing and we feel like a belonging. It actually happens this too, even though we are not living in nature and we don't have this every minute, but at least sometimes we have it because, for example, if we cannot meet up, something comes up for both of us and we can postpone something and it feels like in harmony and not just, oh my God, I have to say to this person no, but and then the other person says, but it's okay, I something came up for me too. So it's it It looks
Yeah, true. I love that actually. Yeah, it's true. It's like yeah, little thing, little version of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in nature, I'm sure it would be so relaxing because we actually need that a lot.
Yeah, true. Okay, I'm gonna show, but it's like okay, it's smaller, but anyway, you can say if you
Oh,
feel
it's okay.
something.
Oh my God, look at this. This is, you draw it so good.
It's just really tiny and very detailed.
No,
That's
it's
how I
tiny. It's very nice, and it feels very magical.
work.
And it feels like that, like you like the forest, and you are in the forest with a tree and with the flowers, and there is this fairy energy.
Yes, really. I love that you see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, forests are like extreme necessity for me. Like, I mean, I dream about forests all the time. And for me also these spirals,
Hmm.
they are like this beautiful growing together and being interconnected like that. And
I did draw spirals too, actually, but they are not seen because of the brush, and the brush didn't do it so good. Because here is a spiral, and I did many spirals as well.
I love that. And I see your flowers as well.
Yeah. And I don't know why, but I do spirals a lot as well, not just flowers or hearts, but
It
spirals.
makes me feel so calm when I draw spirals,
And I
right?
don't know why. Maybe the spiral means like everything comes back, or I
Yeah, a spiral is the way of expansion, and I prefer
go
spirals to
deeper and
turn.
deeper. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and I think it's also very important for me. This is what we spoke about, the like rehabilitation. Like there is like the black parts of my heart, but the community feels like sunshine to
Mhm.
come around this. So I can bring it. So I for me community is where you don't have to leave any part of you behind because this is too dark, too ugly, too blah blah blah. None of that shit. Like the darkest part can
Look at the
come.
colors. For example, the sky, the blue, the yellow, the sun or the solar plexus, the sacral, the heart, everything, the roots.
It was such a pleasant thing to do. I loved it.
It's so cool. Thank
Thank
you.
you for the invitation on your podcast and to be the honor to have the first one with me.
Yes. And thank you for accepting it. And it was so much fun. And I will also post the description of Luta as well, and what she does. And if you want to work with her and or with me, I will post everything on the description. And I hope you enjoyed this new podcast. I know it's just the first episode, and we will be learning a lot together, and we will have more new podcast topics and the way we do podcasts. So I'm learning with you. But I hope we had a lot of fun, and stay tuned for the next one. So thank you so much, Luta, for coming. Mwah. I love
Thank
you.
you. I love you too.